Hey everyone, so now we're on to the Ubisoft showcase at E3. Sorry I'm basically a week late with this now. I wanted to try and get the rest of them all done though, so I can get my own thoughts on there, and just so that if there's anything you missed, maybe you can look through these notes and see what you think as well. But thanks to everyone that's already commented and sent me messages about the videos already. I've really enjoyed doing them the last week or so. Unfortunately the World Cup got in the way and I started watching a bit of that, so I took a few days off, and now we're back into doing some more videos. So here we go, there's the Ubisoft presentation. So they started off with the Just Dance 2019 stuff, with like the dancing pandas and things going around. So, you know, the same old thing with them. Nutty presentation. You've got another Just Dance come in. Everyone's nuts about that, I'm sure, of course. Shout out to Neil from Multiplay, Neil Maker, because he's like the only guy I know that just loves the Just Dance series in total. I just don't get it myself, not my sort of thing. But I appreciate other people who enjoy that, and it was a nice presentation. And Ubisoft do make us laugh a bit every year, so good job there. Next shown off was Good and Evil, Beyond Good and Evil 2. So monkeys, pigs, and other things in space. Pigs in space.
And now, pigs in space.
Yeah, it was a really good preview actually. The cinematic showed off a few of the characters from the previous game and things like that, and added a few more new characters in as well. So it was a real nice preview of like this big airship being attacked by a storm, and that was about it. It was really weird. Lots of things going on at once. Yeah, so lots of animals and things going all around. Like the monkey in the tower who's falling asleep. The pig guy. I can't remember any of these guys' names. But they're weird animals in space and things. Some interesting tidbits for this though. Limited gameplay was shown off, so it was kind of expected, to be honest. It's still in work in progress title. But the Space Monkey program, which was an open invite for everyone to contribute art and music to the game, including like music and podcasts and all sorts of other things. That was an interesting idea. The fact that you can literally just send your stuff off to this team via hit record. You can create the content for the game. So it's an interesting product for sure. But I'm just don't know how that will actually benefit anyone going forward. You know, nice to get a credit in a game that you've done something towards it. That's something that could be added. But whether you will actually get some way of promoting the fact that you put something in the game, I don't know, and how much they actually want inside this game is another question. So it's cool. I like to see what they do furthermore with this game, and definitely one to watch in the future for sure. Of course, when the guys who were presenting it on the E3 show floor walked off, they said, "We nailed it," and it was still on the mic. This seemed to be a bit of a problem all the way through with not awkward hosts like the rest of E3's been for some reason. And the fact that the mic issues, like with Ubisoft going through the whole of this presentation, they had a few sound issues here and there, so kind of annoying. We nailed it, guys. We nailed it. Mic's still on. Great. Next, Rainbow Six Siege. The show was presented with 35 million players and now are playing this game. That's quite a substantial amount of players. I'm not one of them, unfortunately. So, again, I'm going to be lost in this part of the show. But they talk about free in-game content that's already in the game and coming to the game, so it's all free to play, extras, which is nice to see rather than having to pay extra for DLC and stuff like that, so not a bad move. There's a massive Pro League that they've just sort of opened up in this game as well. Apparently there's a 6-month Pro League that's starting very soon with events in Paris, Brazil and Montreal all to come. So interesting that there's so much effort been put into to make that Pro League a thing. So pretty interesting, a nice one to see. There's a documentary coming about the game, players of the game coming soon, which was very early previewed at the start at the showcase here. So cool. Next game we've got Trials. Trials Rising. There's a new game coming from the Trials series. But I've got to say about the guy who presented it. Basically coming a full motorbike, Evel Knievel style, like motorbike gear on a motorbike, driving in the actual presentation. Looked really cool. Looked really, quite an interesting way to enter the presentation. Then he sort of fake tripped into a stand with a TV on it, and it just went everywhere and it crashed and stuff. And he got up and just said, "Crashing with style and getting up again is part of the game." No, that was just poor. But still, good to see that Trials is back for another iteration. From a Flash game turned into a main video game release. How's this game still going? But it's still doing really well apparently. So cool to see. I suppose it's like the time trials and leaderboards of this game that makes it so entertaining, and the fact you can still try and beat your friends on your friends list and stuff like that. So that's cool. So there's a guy called the University Trials on YouTube. He made this he was a Ubisoft star player, and now he like contributed like tutorial parts to the game for the new game. So never give up on your hopes, people. If you want to go on something on YouTube and think you're going to do well out of it, because this guy clearly did. There's a closed beta coming later on in the year for Trials Rising, and the actual main release is in February 2019 for PS4, Xbox, PC, and for the first time Nintendo Switch. So that's pretty cool. Another game coming to Nintendo Switch as well. So The Division 2, already shown off in the Xbox presentation. If you like the first game, you're probably going to like this. Like I said in there, another post-apocalyptic game. There's so many already, so as already mentioned. The preview video is very, very tense for some reason. It's just like you're in a fort area. This girl throws like a paper airplane, and you sort of follow where the paper airplane ends up, kind of thing. But it's all on the outskirts of the city, and the fact that people are getting beaten up and attacked, and like taken from people and assassinated in worst case, which is kind of very strange in the way they sort of presented this. But I like the setting, or like after a Black Friday virus on dollar notes, it kills most of the population of America, and it sends it into a closed government of craziness. So it's an interesting like setting. Definitely, I like the idea of it, but I just don't really enjoy the actual gameplay itself. I think I've always sort of struggled with this game, and it's the whole talking on mics with other people I just don't care about. So it's one of those, unfortunately. 8-player raids coming soon, which is a good idea. I like the idea of that, and that'll be available March 15th, 2019. That's for the full game for the Division 2. So there you go. Not very long to wait if you're into that. Next game, Rabbids, Mario Rabbids is getting the DK Adventure add-on, which is interesting. I'm sure, again, I've played it. I played Mario Rabbids a few times, but never actually put any more effort into than actually. I don't own it, so. Grant Kirkhope comes out with Critical Hits, the band, to present the music from the game. They did a little quick play of a few these tracks from the game, stuff like that. Again, in the background from Ubisoft mics, as the guy who's doing the presentation walks off, sorry we changed your intro, every day you change was mentioned, and it seems like there was some sort of mix up there and he wasn't very happy. Preview video of Donkey Kong and Mario Rabbids was shown. It looks very beautiful from what they showed it. The actual FMVs and the actual game itself look very similar. I think that's why this game does quite well, isn't it? It doesn't show you a beautiful preview and then give you the crappy looking game. They both look pretty stunning altogether. The interesting part's like seeing Donkey Kong versus Rabbid Kong. That'd be quite an interesting little battle, I'm sure. And Donkey Kong seems to have these giant like boomerang banana and drums from Donkey Konga as some of his moveset, which is quite funny really, so cool. This is available 26th of June, so not very long to wait, and just a week after today's recording, so that's good to see. And more from Ubisoft mics, Ryan Ware, that's all we heard, and then it goes into the next game, which is Skull and Bones. If you've played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you're probably definitely going to like this. It's pretty much the same thing. The video was very weird, as the sound was only in the left headphone, and like from the guy speaking, and the right was where the voice was coming through, so it was a little bit off-putting kind of thing when I was listening to it. I don't know if it was every video, but the one I was listening to was like that. So visually, lots of pirates, boats, stuff, but you know, just like the original Assassin's Creed Black Flag, very similar sort of boat mechanics and things like that. This time it's set in the Indian Ocean, an interesting setting and something we haven't really featured before in games, so I'm sure they could do a lot more with that. The guy mentioned still every last fucking coin, which is like, yeah, okay, and the crowd goes wild again because swear words are used. Yeah. Apparently that's a thing from E3 now. Every time someone swears, you've got to cheer for it. It seems like lots of different options will affect how the game plays, such as like weather is one of the big ones in there. So hopefully they'll give a few more things. What else can affect your gameplay and skills? I mean, like depending what routes you take was mentioned as a way of avoiding enemies or finding hidden harder enemies to take on. So maybe that's some part of the game. Making sure you use the right routes to get around areas, things like that. So let's just say this is basically Ubisoft's version of Sea of Thieves, and in my opinion it's looking better already. So, but maybe I'm a little bit biased. So. I'm hoping for a bit more in depth though, just going forward, because gameplay looks good, but is it literally just the Black Flag stuff stapled into this as a main game? I mean, it's not such a problem as such, but it didn't seem to be much more than just the boat mechanic stuff. Is there any? Can you walk off the boat? Can you go round an island or something? It showed you can jump onto board other ships, but it didn't really show whether there was actually gameplay in that, or it was like a videoed cutscene where you can walk over. Very odd the way they sort of displayed it, but it's still cool. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it's something that will keep everyone interested going forward. So here's our celebrity endorsement moment. So tick that off your bingo cards. Elijah Wood come on, the guy from Lord of the Rings and things like that. He's got his own film company called Spectvision, who are basically co-working with Ubisoft to make this VR game called Transference, which he described as a mind-bending psychological thriller, which is basically every single film ever made, isn't it? Dark and gloomy, not a lot going on. There's a few like shadowy, dark figures coming at you. There's this interaction between a father and son and fading away memories, something like that. It seems very like Spotless Mind sort of idea to it. Have you ever seen that film? Very, very weird. But, yeah, this is coming fall 2018, or autumn to us, of course. And I think it's one to watch. Definitely an interesting aspect and where it's coming from as well. I think it's like Elijah Wood's endorsements and things. Next one I think is probably the best part of Ubisoft's announcement, other than the last one, which we'll talk through in a minute. Starlink Battle for Atlas, which is their space vehicle Toys to Life game, which kind of missed the boat on a lot of this, if I'm honest. This got a real massive boost from one particular part, and that was the Star Fox being added into the game from Nintendo. This is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version of this game, because it's also coming to Xbox, PS4 and PC. But basically you've got these little figures, little space figures, which you attach to the controller, and you hold and play them in the controller themselves with the vehicle there in it. Now how that works I do not understand. How that really, I don't know. But there was something about the movement gimmicks, maybe, like you control the plane like that, maybe, I don't know, but it was really, really weird. But yeah, so the R-Wing's been added as a flyable ship in game, and also a model will be coming for them as well from the Star Fox universe. I'm going to buy this straight away because I love Star Fox games. I love R-Wing. Get a model R-Wing and use it in a game is definitely my got to buy it kind of thing. So very interesting to me. Miyamoto comes up on the show again. There's 2 years in a row he turned up on the Ubisoft show, which got a big boost from them as well. The prototype Starlink Airwing was presented to him, and it looks very, very good. It's quite large from the actual prototype they showed, so I don't know if they'll scale that down a little bit for the actual main controllers, but it looked very good, looked very interesting. As I said, the R-Wing is included as a model to be played with, and it's coming in October 2018, so it's, like I said, it's available for all consoles, but it will be only on the Switch where you have the R-Wing and the Star Fox added content, so that's cool. For Honor, which is the big sword fighting slashing game on PC, there's a start edition that was available for a week for free. Unfortunately that's now gone because it's now up the Tuesday after the Monday of the week, so I'm way behind and do videos again, sorry about that. So this got a new expansion coming for Honor, which is called Marching Fire. It also includes a 4 vs 4 multiplayer Castle Siege Breach match add-on to this part as well. The gameplay was briefly shown off, and it's got a very sort of Lord of the Rings Two Towers sort of aspect to it, with lots of like hot oil going over the sides and catapults and things like that. And lots of also sieging within the castle walls as well, like protecting everything with like sword fights and all sorts of stuff going on. Very interesting. I do like the idea of that. It works quite well in those sort of games, so hopefully it'll work well here. But other than that, I don't really have much history for Honor, and that's probably the best I can give you. The Crew 2, which was a okay version 1 game for the Crew, didn't really sort of get into that very much, if I'm honest. I even got it picked up for free on Xbox, I believe, and never really got much what it was for, or what the sort of benefit of playing that game. It was very weird. This one has lots of boats, planes, cars, all sorts of things going on, and they've got an open beta coming for Xbox, PS4 and PC in June 21st. It looks pretty cool. The whole video they showed was rendered in engine, which is good. A good thing from Ubisoft. They do with quite a lot of their games, to be fair. But it's nice to see that they're trying to show it with gameplay rather than just an FMV, but it was very FMV-like anyway, so it's very strange. But everything, there's lots of Red Bull everything in there as well. So like planes, boats, and one of the biggest ones of it is the Formula 1 car has been added from Red Bull's team. So that'd be interesting to do, to go all around America in a Formula 1 car. So at least that's something I'd be interested in doing. And the biggest one of Ubisoft's whole presentation for me, other than the Star Fox stuff, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. No, not Mario. Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So this is set in ancient Greece. Very unique sort of setting and very interesting setting in terms of historical significance. Very unique is the best way I sort of describe it. And there's lots of like underwater exploration that was shown in the early cutscenes, which make me sort of go, eek, water temple problems, ah. But yeah, even so, it was a real nice setting. The fact we've got this like sort of Sparta versus Greece sort of aspect to it, and it seems like the assassin you play, which is a choice of either a male or a female character at the start of the game, you play through the whole game. They are basically from a Spartan bloodline, and you've got to go against the Greeks to try and be this assassin character. So the Greeks are, I guess, going to be more the Templar characters. So this is a real unique, interesting setting, and I'd like to see how much further this develops as well. The actual setting I'm really looking forward to. They showed off a Spartan pit kick, which was for Sparta!
This is Sparta!
They got Socrates in the game as one of the historical characters. He'd be like a sort of trainer kind of guy, like very much like some of the other ancient history characters. Like Leonardo, I believe, is one in the ancient Rome ones, for example. Lots of the same sort of fighting style, lots of the sort of same aspects of the Assassin's Creed games. There's a few more weapons shown off. I think they showed a few like massive daggers and pitchforks and things you could use, which was kind of an interesting aspect, I guess. Near the end, they showed some sort of creature that one of the characters was fighting, looked very Minotaur-like, and I know that's sort of ancient Greece, like Greek god history sort of thing. So that could be an interesting aspect they could add into this game. Lots of ancient creatures, which were made up creatures and things like that. Yeah, this is coming out October 5th, so fairly early actually, to be honest. I was expecting a lot later than that, normally sort of mid-November sort of time for Ubisoft, like late October, mid-November, so at least it's come out right early October, first one to get straight away, nice one. And then there was a big team get together from Ubisoft at the end of all the people who presented stuff and all the people that worked on stuff and the dancers from the Panda stuff. So yeah, it was nice to see them all together at the end, and there was a massive team of people that put this together. So good job, Ubisoft. I think they did a really good presentation in general, and lots of interesting games there. Not necessarily all of them there I'd be interested in, but ones that were shown off. I think Starlink I'm definitely going to be getting for the Switch. Assassin's Creed looks excellent. I'm a bit worried that Skull and Bones has got like the ship mechanics from previous games, and then they've added it to Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well. So the fact that this is all together seems a bit of an odd one. The fact they've done a separate one on this game, maybe there's two different parts to it. I like the Indian Ocean idea. That's kind of cool. DK Adventure looks pretty cool from my opinion. The trial stuff coming to Switch is cool. Definitely picking that up, I'm sure. And lots of bits and pieces there people will be interested in. So yeah, good showing from Ubisoft, and not much more I can say than that, to be honest. I think that's pretty much covered it all. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate watching this, and apologies again for it being so late. I've tried my best to try and get the videos out as quick as I can, but you know, things get in the way, unfortunately. Thanks for watching. If you leave a like if you like the video, leave a dislike if you didn't like the video. Appreciate every comment you put on there. I will always try my best to reply to comments, so feel free to leave something for me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Subscribe if you wish to subscribe. I'm not going to force you, it's all your decision, and I'll leave you from there. Love you and leave you. So thanks very much. Ciao for now. Bye bye.